What's up, guys? I'm Jimmy V, MLO, specializing in VA loans, and today I'm teaching you how to have multiple VA loans at the same time in one specific strategy. Roger that. So, by the way, Taylor, I'm a little hot right now, man. When you say, well, hot, how do you mean exactly? Well, I just found out that there's veterans that are being charged like $6,000 to obtain this information. No joke, right? And here's the deal. You're gonna watch this video and you're gonna get this information for free, like literally for free. I don't charge for this stuff. You say, well, Jimmy, what's in it for you? Well, if you wanna work with me, right, and allow me to lock arms with you and help you utilize your VA home loan benefit, well, that's a win for me, right? But at the end of the day, you can take this information and deploy it however you see fit. But one thing that I will say for certain is you do not need to pay anybody for this information, which I'm about to teach you. Good to go? So what I like to explain is that many veterans are unaware you can use multiple VA loans at the same time. Well, wait a second, Jimmy. Somebody told me that it's got to be your primary residence and you can only have it once. Bum scoop, okay? You can have as many VA loans as you would like. Unlimited VA loans, okay? So here's the way that I kind of explain it. Every veteran has about $832,750 to use of a VA loan. You tracking with me so far? Now remember, right? VA does not lend the money. All they do is guarantee the loan by 25%. That's all VA does. So you're actually getting a loan from the lender, but what you can do is you can break up this $832,750 into multiple VA loans. You tracking with me so far? So here's kind of the way that I like to explain, and this is just a framework. You don't have to use it exactly like this, but I believe that by the end of this video, you're gonna say, dude, that is badass, right? And I wanna use that to build a real estate portfolio. So let's just say, for example, you bought your first home, right, for approximately $275,000 using a VA loan. Now, maybe you already own the home. Maybe you're buying your first home. Maybe it's a condo. I don't know what it is. I can't say exactly what it will be for everybody watching this video, but let's just estimate your first starter home somewhere around $275,000. You buy that home, you live in it. Maybe you get married. Maybe you level up at work, right? You've lived in it for a year and you're like, damn, I think I'm ready to kind of buy my next home here, right? And I want to buy that home, more desirable location, bigger square footage, house with this pool, better school district, whatever, right? And you're like, okay, well, maybe I could convert, we'll call this home one, right, into a rental property. Well, did you know that you can use multiple VA loans to do this, right? Because we're deducting it from that $832,750 number. And by the way, that number changes every single year, right? So for 2026, the conforming loan limit is $832,750. Now, in some counties across the nation, right, you can go even higher than that. For example, this is referred to as a high-cost county. Places like Alameda County, where I'm from, right, would allow you to borrow even more than that. But if you use that first home for $275,000, let's say that you wanted to buy that new home, right, for $315,000 1 year later, okay? You can actually move out of home one into home two, right, with a new VA loan. Now you've essentially acquired two properties, right? Both with VA loans. Pretty cool, right? Now, here's the neat thing that VA will also allow us, the underwriting guidelines. You can leave that home and you can put a renter in this first home, right? And the VA guidelines allow us to use the new proposed rental income that you're going to be receiving from the lease to offset 75% of this mortgage payment. So you don't have to qualify for the full mortgage payment. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, would you consider showing your love, clicking like on it, so that way we can educate more veterans and active duty military, helps promote the video. And also, if you wanna consider subscribing to the channel, that would be much appreciated as well, all right? Now, we've got two homes here, right? So you've lived in this home for the first year. Taylor, I had a veteran call me today and they go, hey, do I have to live in the home if I'm like, dude, come on. Yeah, you don't have to do it if you want to commit mortgage fraud, okay? Yeah, no, in other words, you gotta live in the new home, all right? So now you own 2 properties within 2 years, all right? All legit, by the way, totally acceptable via VA guidelines, right? Now, let's say that you wanna buy another home, right? But Jimmy, there's a problem, right? Let's say the new home is somewhere around 242,000, right? 750. You say, well, Jimmy, why is that new home only 242,750? Well, because that's all I have left over, right? Okay, yeah, I'm tracking with you, Jimmy. 242,750. Now, here's what I would tell you. Generally speaking, you always want to level up on each purchase, right? If you're trying to buy homes that are less than the first home or the second home, VA could have an issue with that from an occupancy. You don't want to make it look like it's an investment property. This has got to be your true blue, new primary residence, but you've lived in home 2 now for a year and you're ready to buy home 3, okay? Now you said, well, Jimmy, that's not enough, right? I want to be able to buy more than that. Well, here's what you do. You've essentially exhausted all of your VA loan entitlement. You following me along so far? So let's just say that the veteran wanted to buy the 3rd home for $400,000, okay? Now hang in here with me. I think you guys might go, well, you've got to cover the difference between the 2 scenarios. Not exactly, okay? The difference between the 2 scenarios is approximately, we'll call it in this case, $157,250. Okay, sorry guys, my writing's bad, but follow me along. $157,250. Now what we do is we take that number and multiply it by 25% times 0.25%. Then it ends up equaling somewhere right around $39,000 in some change, okay? So that ends up becoming the down payment. So check this out, right? On a $400,000 purchase price, you just used a 3rd VA loan with less than 10% down, no private mortgage insurance, and an interest rate that's anywhere from 3/8 to 3/4 of a percentage point lower than conventional. Isn't that cool, right? And this is the stuff that I'm talking about where veterans are being charged like $6,000 from people who call themselves VA loan strategists who have like literally never closed a loan in their entire life. You say, well, you could just watch Jimmy V's videos, right? And you don't have to pay any money to get this information, and you can build a real estate portfolio while you're doing it. Roger that. So can we do one bonus scenario, Taylor?
Bonus.
All right, so if we're gonna do one more bonus scenario, say, well, can I buy a 4th home? The answer, yes, you can. How do you do that, Jimmy? Well, I exhausted all of my VA loan entitlement. Well, let's do the math here, right? You know how I made you cover the remaining 25% of the guarantee, right? What you could do, let's say you wanted to buy a 4th home, $500,000, right? What do? I take that number and I multiply it by 25%, which ends up being $125,000. So in theory, you could have as many VA loans as you wanted, right? As long as you were fulfilling the 25% guarantee once you've exhausted your VA loan. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 VA loans in a total of 4 years, and you, my friend, have built a real estate portfolio utilizing your VA loan. So if you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation, I can walk you through this in greater detail and I can help you set up a plan of attack. I'll make a link in the description. And as I stated earlier, if you feel like I've earned it, consider showing your love, clicking like on the video, so that way we can help promote this information to more veterans and help them level up as a result. It brings me great joy to see veterans making money and doing great things in the marketplace. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.